Samwise Gamgee, have you been eavesdropping?
I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir.
One thing about bushcraft that often goes unspoken is its ability to create bonds and kinship between people. Tom and I have been good friends for a number of years, starting when I watched his YouTube channel, Backgarden Bushcraft. There he was, lighting a fire, black metal tracks I recognised playing in the background, and a display of skills worth noting. Fast forward a year or two, and we met at the Bushcraft Show 2018, where we quickly hit off like old mates with a history, thanks to the shared love of the outdoors and all things encompassing. Since then, we'd spoken almost daily about projects, plans, and just being that motivational boost to each other to keep practicing and learning skills, something paramount in the tough last year we've all been privy to. Too many times we discussed getting out for a trip, but the pandemic and life's general busyness seemed always to get in the way. So as soon as the lockdown rules started to ease, we knew we had to move quickly and meet up for a camp. And what a time to do it! One of the most beautiful seasons of the year, the start of spring, and in the very place where I started my journey into bushcraft so many years ago. After stowing our packs, I took Tom around the local area for an explore. We foraged for some materials before we head off and search for a spot to call home for the night.
Nice bit of fat wood there.
Good, isn't it?
We could, if we wanted, we could chunk that core out and have a nice resiny piece for lighting a fire there.
Absolutely.
So we got this little bit of fat wood that I've collected, and I'm just going to show you how flammable it is just by lighting the corner of it. You can see already burning away. You can see the black smoke coming off it. That's the resin's burning. You could quite easily light more pieces from that. You can see the resins. And then once this stuff goes up, it is just awesome. But we're not ready for our fire yet, so I'm going to put it out and we're going to carry on our little explore.
So hey guys, hope you're doing well. It's Liam here from Primal Nomad. I'm just here with a guest in the background, and that's Tom. Probably bumped into him earlier just in the little intro piece. We were just on our way to walk down now to a campsite that we've kind of got our eye on. We're in some deep, thick pine and birch kind of forest. There's a few hawthorn around, but looking forward to getting a good camp on. So we'll find our spot and update you guys.
dump our packs down and have a think about where we get our shots.
I think so. That sounds good. We're both running tarps today, aren't we?
Yep. Smaller than the 3x3s, both on a bit lightweight.
Yeah.
Lightweight with a canvas pack.
Oh, it's going to look great though.
Yeah.
It seems nice and comfy. We've got good soil beneath us.
Definitely. Nice comfy moss.
Yeah, some clay beneath that, so good for a fire.
Yep. Oh, cool, I think this is home.
I think so.
So you're putting some toggles on your ridge line, are you?
I've not tried this before. I've just set the ridge line up and then I've got these piece of bank line with a deer antler toggle. So the idea is I just put my antler toggle through the tie-out point on my tarp, tension it up, and the Prosix will hold the tension in the tarp.
That's a great idea.
So we'll see if it works.
It should
Keep you
do.
updated.
So great to have Tom here, guys. I'm using my Australian bivvy or Australian tarp today. This is the Ozcam one. So the size is probably, 2 meters by 2.5, I'd say, so a little bit smaller than the 3x3, but it's great for this kind of setup. And you've got to wait and see what Tom's brought, because it's absolutely glorious. But it's been a while since I've used this one. I thought it was just a good excuse to get out, and this is one of the first tarps that I ever used in my bushcraft journey. I've had this for years and years and years, so good to get it back out of the cupboard and use it.
Okay guys, so I've got to show you my new piece of kit that I am super excited about. Guy on Instagram, Thornhill Ultra Heavy, he's a maker in the Lake District, has made this tarp. And I saw it on Instagram and I purchased it. I just thought it looked amazing. So basically it's a really heavy waxed canvas. It's about 8 ounce canvas with solid veg tan leather tie-outs and leather reinforcements. And everyone who watches my channel will know I love vintage and old gear, and this just encapsulates what I love about bushcraft. I'm so excited to actually be spending the night under this small tarp. So let's get it set up. I've fixed some Prosix with some deer toggles, so we will see if we can get it set up like that with some deer tie-outs. I'm just going to turn the toggles so there's no chance of them pulling through, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's going to be home for the night. I'm so stoked with this.
So guys, this is Tom's top that I was just mentioning about. This is wax canvas and the quality is impeccable. I mean, that is gorgeous, Tom. Wow.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice. I know where I'll be spending my next paycheck. That's for sure. That is lovely. What a lovely feel. I'll bring the camera closer in a little bit just so I can show the
So will I.
different all the lovely stitching on it. That's really nice. And it just, what a lovely little setup we've got here now.
Yeah,
it's going to be
it's
perfect.
a lovely setup. So the guy that makes this called Thornhill Ultra Heavy. So look him up on Instagram. It's definitely worth checking out.
Definitely. Love the idea with those two.
They're cool, aren't they? Some blackthorn bits on the floor here. You don't want to put that through an air mat, do you?
Oh no, definitely not. Well, combing over it, isn't it? That's why the poncho liners are...
That there is puncture. That's a blackthorn. That would go straight through an air mat.
Not one you want.
So I'm going to spend some time getting this clean of the sharp bits.
Absolutely. Yeah, my one's only new. I can't afford to
Replace it. No, same bro. I just bought this tarp. Pretty cool little idea. Really cool.
It's still getting used to this bloody.
Not one, but yeah. She's got a little inbuilt footprint.
It's awesome. Love that.
It was just an idea I saw on BBC actually as well. It's got these little poppers all the way down the side. So it actually means you can have another one flip the opposite way around.
Nice.
Pop them together and have a double mattress for your,
Love
if your
that.
partner came with you,
Yeah.
for example.
That's really clever.
Yeah, so I thought it kind of killed two birds with one stone.
Definitely. No, that's a really nice design.
And it's surprisingly comfortable. So I'm just putting my DD Dura 2 sleeping bag in here. It's just a bivvy bag for precaution. I might end up being out of that today and just on top of the mat because it's quite muggy, it's quite close, not very humid in the air. But really just wanted to get the sleep system out so it could all be done, double checked, make sure the air mat's not leaking, there's no quick repairs needed done. And ready to get the fire going. Tom's just got his sleeping setup all out. He's opted for a poncho as well, just as a ground sheet. The ground here is a little bit sphagnum-y, it's got some clay underneath, so it's fairly dry, but just in case of any, you know, sparks or any thorns, just another barrier for protection. So yeah, we'll get the fire going, have a little relax, and then good catch up. Some nice moss here, isn't there?
Yeah. We can scrape it with our boot to get down there around it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't want a huge wall anyway, do we?
No, it's quite warm. Just gets that surface bit of kind of where the moss has started to compost down. It's surprising how fire travels along stuff like that.
I always get a bigger area cleared than I think we'll need.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Nice, good clay base here.
Yep. Nice. Perfect.
Yeah, there's not too many, no roots or anything really.
Nope.
Which is great.
Put a base down for the fire so it's off that damp ground.
Yeah. Yeah, because it is
It's quite wet, isn't it?
quite wet. And we'll get some smaller kindling as well. We'll just build up a good stock. We've got some stuff here which we can have a look at. Some of it might be damp, but we'll clear it out the way anyway.
It's a
Bit
decent
thorny
base.
stuff, so that's awesome. Can you use them
Yeah, let's use some.
as a spark extender?
Yeah, for sure.
So guys, this is King Alfred's cake, or Daldina concentrica. Really good fungus for carrying an ember or for fire lighting, so you can actually strike a spark onto it. Takes it really, really easily. And if you break it open, might be a little bit harder for you to see over there, but I'll bring a shot closer in a minute. it's actually got concentric lines inside that look like a charcoal kind of compound, I guess you could call it. And that's just from its growth. Obviously, as they grow each annual year, it will create a new concentric ring. But into those rings, there's a really kind of fine, fibrous, kind of almost powdery material that really takes the spark well. It's almost a charred material. It's got quite a unique smell once you've got one of these going, but it can hold an ember for quite a long time, especially something of that size. And I know Tom definitely uses it.
It's a really good one.
Yeah, that's a beast, isn't it? So, I mean, feel free to crack into that, cut a bit off, whatever you want.
What we'll do,
it might be handy.
Yeah, what we'll do, we use it as a coal extender. So in my little flint and steel kit, traditional flint and steel, I've got some char cloth. Effectively, it's cloth that's been heated in the fire with the oxygen restricted, carbonised. I'll use that to catch the spark, and then I'll transfer it to a piece of this, which can then be put into my bird's nest. You saw us collecting the grasses earlier. We also collected some inner bark, which I fluffed up to make a really nice,
sweet
fibrous
chestnut, wasn't
core.
it?
Yeah.
Just off some fallen branches, which is just really handy. Good little forage there for some materials.
Really good.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing your set in use as well. And
yeah, dude.
A little bit of the King Alfred's cake. It's a great
It's a really good
bring in a close
piece
shot
of So if we bring the camera in, we'll show you breaking this thing open. You can see the concentric rings where it gets its name. Okay, so as Liam was saying, this is cramp bull, otherwise known as Daldinia concentrica, and where it gets the name concentrica is the fact that inside it there are concentric rings. So if I snap it open, come on, use some muscle, there we go, you can see all the sort of rings that line the inside of that fungus, and they are fantastic for catching a spark. They take a spark from a flint and steel if you're careful, but they're great to use with a fire steel, or as we're going to do, to extend an ember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use flint and steel to light some char cloth, use the char cloth to light this, put this in the bird's nest, blow it to flame, and we should be golden.
Tom did an awesome job on the fire. Used some char cloth and some King Alfred's cake to then extend that ember, blow it into a bundle, which was some dry grasses and some sweet chestnut that we collected earlier. And it's just, you know, so nice to actually have a fire made for me for once up in these woods. So thank you, Tom, and looking forward to a good evening spent. So we're gonna relax a little bit, get some food on, and have some good times chatting and reminiscing and just practicing a few things, I think. So I look forward to it, and look forward to bringing you on the journey too. So what I've actually got here is pine knots. So this is inside a rotten, dead standing piece of timber that I've just knocked over. So inside here there's loads of resin. And they absolutely stink, this pineapple-y resin kind of smell. So I'm going to harvest some of these. Some of them come out easier than others. And where it's punky and rotten, normally they wiggle free, sometimes they can snap. Like that. But nevertheless, inside there is a lovely fat wood core that you can see, and it's really good for an extra bit of light as the fire starts to die. So I'm going to keep collecting these pine knots for later. So I've actually got on today not my normal percussion Marley trousers from Decathlon, which I've been wearing to the death, and they're still going strong, so not really to the death actually, but these I got for my birthday last year. My mum got them for me, so really great gift. They're Fjällräven Barents, Barent Pro I think, maybe the Vidas, I can't exactly remember, but they're made of the G1000 material and they're just a really good fit. Nice to have something a bit more lightweight because most of my trousers were quite lined, even the Marley ones, a slight lining on, which in summer or in good weather makes a big difference. You start to sweat a lot, so these feel lovely and free, and looking forward to putting some good use into these. And I've got just another Decathlon kind of shirt on top, which I really like. It's got some padding on the shoulders. It's designed for shooting, but I'm really happy with it for bushcraft. Good and hard wearing, thick, kind of semi-windproof, and just keeps me nice and warm. So just wanted to share that because obviously a lot of you guys were interested in the Marley trousers, so just an update to how they're going really well. So if you see a pair in Decathlon, definitely pick yourself some up for kind of that autumn to winter period because they're a great cheap option. So actually we're just going to start cooking some food now. And what we've got is quite a treat. We've got some oil to put in this Tatonka billy can, which is quite a wide one. Really handy. There's a nesting kit, and inside here I've just got a little bit of seasoning, which is for this fried chicken is what we're going to do. So it's going to be like a KFC southern fried chicken. We've already done a batter on that, so that's ready to go, and this is just a sprinkle on top for any little bits that have been contacting in the bag there. This was prepared earlier just to save the mess of doing that up here. So this is a little handle which we can use on there to either as a lid, a frying pan, or what we'll do is probably put a little bit of paper towels in here, which I bought, just a few squares, and we'll put that in there just to drain the oil onto. So I'm going to fill this up with oil, and because I don't want it really too near to the flames, I'm going to migrate the fire onto the back side here, where we've got some of this earth here that we've scraped from earlier. I'll bring some of these ashes and some of these embers, which are really, really hot, great for cooking on, and will retain a bit of heat. We can put the trivet over the top, like so. And we can get that nice and level. And then we can put the Tatonka billy can on the top, like so, and introduce the oil with the less risk of it catching on fire. And we can keep adding smaller sticks under here to get a kind of bit of a focus heat when we, as and when we need the temperature to rise, or if we need it to decrease, we can always poke some of these back towards the fire. So it's just a way of controlling it, really, be a little bit safer, rather than putting that, you can imagine, in the flames. You just wouldn't want to do that, so you'd have to really get it down to a bed of embers, and it would be a little bit harder to regulate. So we're just gonna, I'll take that off for now. We'll fill that up with some oil, which I've got just in a clear bottle here. So I'm just going to put this oil into here. We're not going to go for loads and loads and litres of oil. We're going to just need, you know, a good inch and a half, and that will allow it to just shallow fry, and we can keep adding pieces and taking them off, eating them while they're hot, which is going to be perfect. It's going to be really tasty, and it's something me and Tom are a big fan of. The old crunchy fried chicken.
Crunchy fried chicken.
That's it, my boy.
I love it.
It's the best. So we're going to introduce this over here and start to let that get hot, and we can do a little test on this by introducing a small bit of this batter just into the oil, and when we start to get a little fizz, we'll bring the cameras back over and we'll go over from there. So I'm just going to test the oil. It looks like it's about hot enough. It smells like it's about hot enough. So a little test. We're good. So I'm going to lay this into the oil. And that's frying lovely.
That sizzle.
That is great. Their cousins can hear themselves being cooked, so flying off. The pheasant. I'll probably put 4 bits in for now and just see how those go. Not to crowd it too much, that's the kind of idea out here, if you don't want to keep losing loads of heat. So Tom, I might grab your assistance in a minute to give them a little flip.
Yeah, dude.
And we can monitor them, because my hands, I might just keep on dropping in duty.
This is a little spatula I carved on my shave horse that I made during lockdown.
It's beautiful, mate. Really like it.
One of the test pieces, just a piece of sweet chestnut, was going to be used as firewood. I decided to test my draw knife on it. So
It got saved.
it did.
Oh, look at that. Get some nice colour on that.
Yeah, dude.
We might need to put a tiny bit more seasoning on as we go in. So
it'll still be lush though.
yeah, but that's why I thought we'd do this, test it, see how it comes out, and these can be our little reference pieces.
You know me, man. I could eat a whole battery of crunchy fried chicken.
Oh boy, love the crunchy fried chicken. So inside my Hidden Woodsman food bag, I'm just using one hand because my other one's got some of the batter on. I've just got some kitchen towel which we can dispose of properly or burn off. And I'll just put that into there, Tom.
We can use it as a drain piece, so I'll put 2 bits in.
Yeah, dude.
And you could do this without, it's just while we had it, because we were in the comforts a few hours earlier, it makes sense to bring this stuff kind of with you. You don't have to go out of your way to make things difficult. And we're doing a little bit of a luxury meal for ourselves, aren't
Absolutely. It's been one of our lockdown favourites, and every time one of us decides we're going to have fried chicken of some kind, the other one
we? Yeah.
has always gone out and either made it or bought it.
Yeah, inevitably.
So that's why there's a lot of in-jokes about crunchy fried chicken.
Crunchy fried chicken, that's it. It's kind of it's a great food though, isn't it?
It is just
Such a
lovely.
Great flavour.
Bit of a naughty treat.
You got to indulge,
You got to do it.
especially when in the woods.
Absolutely, bro.
So inside my Hidden Woodsman food bag, I'm just using one hand because my other one's got some of the batter on. I've just got some kitchen towel which we can dispose of properly or burn off. And I'll just put that into there, Tom. And we can use it as a drain piece, so I'll put 2 bits in.
Yeah, dude.
And you could do this without, it's just while we had it, because we were in the comforts a few hours earlier, it makes sense to bring this stuff kind of with you. You don't have to go out of your way to make things difficult. And we're doing a little bit of a luxury meal for ourselves, aren't
Absolutely. It's been one of our lockdown favourites, and every time one of us decides we're going to have fried chicken of some kind, the other one
we? Yeah.
has always gone out and either made it or bought it.
Yeah, inevitably.
So that's why there's a lot of in-jokes about crunchy fried chicken.
Crunchy fried chicken, that's it. It's kind of it's a great food though, isn't it?
It is just
Such a
lovely.
Great flavour.
Bit of a naughty treat.
You got to indulge,
You got to do it.
especially when in the woods.
Absolutely, bro.
That's got some good colour on it. So we just put the pieces back in just for another few minutes because they were just on the edge of being done. So it's always a good guide to cut things open when you're cooking outdoors. So we'll probably get those out now and give it a little taste test.
Yeah, I'll just show you this. This is another little thing I picked up. This is like a Viking eating picker, so like a Viking fork.
It's really nice.
It's made of iron, so like blacksmith forged.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's really useful actually just to be able to stab food and things when you're actually out. Like I can use my spatula to hold it and then stab it and
Just like a pair of tongs,
dump
but
it out.
probably easier to use.
Um,
That's great. That's got a good colour on it now.
really good colour.
I think it's the time for the taste test, eh?
I think it is.
Go on. Get a little bit.
Cheers.
Cheers, boy.
Cheers.
That feels so good to have that in the woods.
That's insane. So crunchy.
That tastes like we just got a delivery.
It literally tastes like KFC.
It does.
Got the boneless bucket, mate.
Dig in. We have.
Oh, bro, we have chicken for days here.
Yeah, we've got so much more. So much more in the pan, which I'll probably give a little stir now. That is going beautifully. We've done a beautiful thing here, Tom. You happy? Yeah. Good man.
Dude, it gets better on the second bite.
Does it?
It was great on the first bite, but that's just...
Oh wow.
Yeah, see what I mean? Getting the spices as well.
That's great. I can really appreciate that.
No way you can be unhappy
No.
in the woods eating home fried
Yeah, literally.
chicken.
That is insane.
It's the best.
I cannot wait for this stuff to be done now.
More chicken.
Oh yes.
Sounds crunchy.
Look at that crunchiness, boy. That looks so good.
It does.
I'm so happy about this. Look at that. Oh, look at the batter on the outside. Oh.
Enjoy that,
Cheers,
buddy.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that the better bits
Oh.
that we've done?
Bro. I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. Yeah? It's good, isn't it? Look at the batter. Oh my god.
That's great.
Cheers.
Cheers, boy. So you've had a good bit of success with the crunchy fried chicken. It's looking absolutely glorious. So we're on almost our last batch now. We've just got some of the powdered batter there that we've just been dipping some bits into, so that's why they've been getting progressively better, more crunchy. So yeah, we'll see you guys soon. So we're just gonna let the rest of this crunchy fried chicken cook up, keep adding some more in and just feast through the evening, I think, aren't we?
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll get back to you guys when we're a bit fuller. So hey guys, we've had a lovely evening, cooked up some of the really nice chicken that you saw earlier and just had a really nice good catch up and some good chats about bushcraft things, non-bushcraft things, just a great evening overall. We've just collected some more firewood and we're gonna just get the fire just ticking over for the night. We've got a nice bed of embers there. And yeah, just settle down for the evening. It's started to come in really dark now. It's about 11:30, so coming on to 12 midnight, so be a really, really good morning. So look forward to seeing you there. See you soon. Morning guys, had a good sleep, good rest last night. There's a little bit of a chill in the air today, but really set well, and the fire died out, so got some nice ends there to get started again. Had a really nice day yesterday, so looking forward to getting started today. We've got some pancakes and some homemade bacon to get, so we'll get the fire going and get that stuff in us. How you doing, boy?
Morning.
Morning. Good night. Yeah. You sleep well?
Really well.
Awesome. You look cozy over there, boy.
I'm cocooned.
I love it.
It's always that, like, not wanting to get out your sleeping bag because you're too cozy.
Oh yes. Yeah, we've just been laying here for a little bit, haven't we? Just kind of chatting and getting on with it. Few bits of the spark. Just got some smoke coming through here, quite a bit of warmth, so we might be able to get that going just some of these embers were blowing it together. Yeah, it's starting to crackle. Looks like it's closer. smaller bits in. Doesn't take much in the morning, does it?
It doesn't.
So yesterday you saw me collect these pine knots out of the fallen spruce tree over there, and I just wanted to get them burning this morning. So you can see those pine knots really burning well now, and they're imparting a lovely smell. So even though I didn't get them done last night, just wanted to show you guys how they burn, and they give a really lovely glow to the fire.
For you. Thank you.
Well guys, in a pan that isn't non-stick, we have decided to just scramble our pancakes, which actually looks a little bit like Kaiserschmarrn, which I had in Austria, where they like shred up the pancake and put sugar on it. So it tastes
good.
Amazing.
It does taste good.
Don't look as artistic as a French crepe shop, no?
It's still as tasty though, buddy.
Absolutely.
And your sugar in your little pinch pot is great.
Oh yeah, I'll show you guys that in a minute. I made a little shrink pot, which I've got some sugar in, and I made a little teaspoon for it as well.
So nice. And this, just the angle of that is perfect. Tiger striping, and if you look, just fits perfectly in. That's great, Tom. I really like that.
Made to measure.
Made for the pancakes.
So as Liam was just showing you, this is a little pot I made, and in it I've just got some sugar. I made this little spoon to go with it, so we're going to put the sugar on our pancakes. I like a lot of sugar, man.
Oh yes.
But yeah, it's got a nice seal on the lid. It's not going anywhere. Right, I'm showing you this one, not because it's a stunning looking pancake, but because it's the only pancake that I've made so far today that hasn't fallen apart. And Liam will testify, and Liam is a very honest person. I did flip it, did I not?
You did flip it, and the other good thing is the little bits were really tasty.
They actually were.
They
It
were
tasted like a
tasty.
pudding.
So, as this will be, you know, a bit of sugar on the top and it's no different.
For sure.
Being torn up on
Flip!
the plate.
I did it again!
So I wanted to show you this, Tom. It's just a handy little, looks like a tablet almost.
Yeah.
And it's just a handy thing I keep in my kit, mainly for clean down or just in case of medical emergency actually, because you could use it as multiple things, which I'm going to show you now. So just in a little packet, guys, and it's like I said, just a little disc, almost like a mint.
Yeah, it looks like an extra strong one.
or
Yeah.
something. So you just get your hand in a tiny bit of water. I thought these were really cool.
It explodes.
Hopefully not. If you drizzle in there, it starts to expand.
Geese, that's sick.
And kind of get to the point where you'll know it's fully saturated. You don't have to fully saturate it, you could just pull that over. You see how it's keeping stuff in the water.
Yeah.
Then you can unravel it, and it is a really good handy cloth that
That's
turns into a wet wipe. And like, if you can imagine, you could use it to strain things through.
Definitely.
You could use it as a bandage to cool yourself if you burnt yourself. So yeah, just really handy.
Yeah, for sure.
I've got one here for you, which you can use in your hands if you want.
Thank you. I will.
Awesome.
Cheers, that's really cool. I like the fact that it literally takes up no room and it's just super light.
super
You've
light.
got a better way to clean your hands.
And you've got a good wet wipe, and you can see just from that kind of dirt you get off your hands, so it's well worth doing.
Yeah. Yeah, and with all like the corona stuff, like hygiene's important in the woods anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Now more so than ever, I guess.
Yeah, but it's always good. We always have a routine, don't we, to make sure we're washing our hands before we're touching like communal things or
Antibacterial gels.
Yeah, and just making sure that like we're making sure there's sort of a hygiene thing at camp so that neither of us get sick.
Absolutely, and obviously, you know, boiling up some water in a pan is a great way of cleaning things. You can put utensils in there. Let's say if you're on a longer camp, you could get some water and boil up a few things for prolonged periods. So yeah, it's definitely one of those important things. But I thought these were something that really good to share. You can just see how dirty that's got now. And they are a biodegradable material. Not that I like to leave them around. I'd rather just pack that out in my kit. But yeah, really great. I've got some homemade bacon here. Excuse fingers again. So this is just a salt and brown sugar cure on this dry cured rather than like a brine. We're going to do 2 bits at a time and then we can probably fit all 4 in, can't we?
Especially when it starts picking up.
Yeah, shrinks down. Oh boy, there we are. Give it a flip? Yep, go on. Oh, we can flip it again, can't we? Yeah, keep getting them over. Look at that bacon.
That looks really good.
Yeah, buddy. More like a pork kind of colour, you know?
Yeah, so you were saying it's not got any nitrites.
Yeah, nitrites or nitrates. It's just got just sea salt and brown sugar, and the salt draws the moisture out of the bacon. The sugar kind of counteracts some of that saltiness, but also just adds a bit of sweetness into the meat.
Nice. Should be lovely.
Yeah, and that was cured for about 8 days. Really nice.
Looks good. Nice and thick.
Yeah, that's the way. Excited?
I am.
Good man. You go first.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, my boy.
Dink.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. Mmm.
Bacony bacon, right?
Has so much flavour in that. That is lovely.
Yeah?
Really lovely.
I'll definitely make sure to send you the recipe or do a little how-to video for you.
It sounds great.
Such a rich flavour, isn't it?
Get the sugar, saltiness, and then this sort of meaty. Ah,
It's so meaty. Lovely trip with you, thank you, Tom.
no, it's been great, man. I had literally the best time.
Yeah, it's been great. Couldn't ask for better, really.
No, me neither. Like, we've been catching up every day for over a year, haven't we? Just
Yep.
ringing each other, like playing PlayStation together,
Yeah,
like
Instagramming things. to each other.
Instagramming, talking about skills, sharing like projects we've been doing.
Yep.
So actually to get that to all come to a nice trip
It's great.
as lockdown eases, it feels like we've got some hope and it's all
Yeah, it's great.
it's all getting good. So
I've
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the day. We'll strike camp in a little bit and have a little explore, I think.
sounds perfect, yeah. And I really appreciate you having me out here, and
Anytime.
I've had literally the best time. So thanks a lot, mate.
No worries. Plenty more to come.
Yeah, definitely. Get planning.
Oh yes. Dig into this, eh?
Mm,
That's good.
that's really good. Tastes a bit like maple bacon.
Yeah. With sugar in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just realised it here.
Oh boy,
It's not real wool.
it's not real wool.
New lad.
It's holy wool now. It's been blessed by the fire. Hey.
Cool. Everything outdoors gets holes in.
For sure.
So we're gonna take these ashes and hot embers, just the last bits of these really charred timbers, and there's a stagnant, semi-stagnant anyway, slow water source over there. No good for drinking, but definitely good for putting out this fire, and it makes sure that it's completely out, and then we can just dig up the earth a little bit here, poke a few holes in it to allow the earth to really breathe, and just sit down and have a fire and just monitor it and watch and feel. Really, you want to be doing these things by feel. We've got water in Tom's Nalgene and my clean canteen here, so the remainder of that can go on this scorched earth once all this burnt material is gone.
And we were saying, weren't we, Liam, before we turned the camera on, just how many fire scars we've seen when we're out exploring the woods, and how actually if we're going to come out and enjoy the woodland, it's our responsibility to clean up after ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just to make sure that we've left it safe and back to how it was before we arrived.
Yeah, 100%. It's just not worth the sleepless nights kind of thinking, you know, let's say for example if a forest fire cropped up here in a few months, you'd always be wondering, well, was something I did to play with that? So it's
we know,
you know,
we didn't, because we're making sure we're going to have a sit and wait until we can feel the ground is cool.
Absolutely, and we're knowing that we're not going to be wasting vast amounts of water just putting out bits like this. These can go in submerged in water, so they're completely out, and we can focus the water on making sure anything below the ground is completely inert and not going to burn.
Yeah, let's do that.
Awesome.
So what we're going to do is just make sure this is fully out by submerging it in this stagnant pool here. So I'm just going to put it in, you'll hear a sis. And we're going to make sure we mix it round, really get this thing put completely out before we move off. Yeah!
Bushcraft fitness, boy.
Already that's cooling. You could stone boil with that, man.
Yeah, boy.
Look at that squat.
I'm going down.
I did press ups, you did squats. Nice.
Brilliant. Like that.
And very soon you won't be able to tell that anything was here any different than when we arrived.
These clay bits hold the heat, but they're not.
No, they hold the heat a lot. So they're very kind of steaming more.
Yeah.
But
but not enough to burn you. Like
No.
you can handle them. Like you could have a nice mud spa with that.
Next time, Tom.
Yeah.
So I'm quite confident with that being nice and cool, so we can just spread this out to let it
And it,
Yeah,
a bit
cool
there.
down.
We'll just
yeah,
Let that get some air. Leave it for 5. And it should be.
bit of rock there. It's very hot.
That's where we had the heat, the real heat. Right there, though. That spot, wasn't it?
Yes.
So it's going to be the hottest bit. So by scattering the ashes like this, you actually hold them in your hand, so you can feel if there's anything too hot. And if it's not burning you, then it isn't going to burn anything else. So you can scatter it nice and widely, and separating the fire, separating all the fuel basically. So
Yeah.
it just makes it nice and safe.
Minimising the risk,
It does.
and it doesn't leave a big just black spot on the ground, which is one of the most unsightly things when you come into a woodland.
It is. And you might be looking at this thinking, cool, that's a lot of work. I don't want to get my hands dirty, all that stuff. We're woodsmen. We're in the woods. Like, you're going to get your hands dirty. And if you're going to have a fire and you're going to make that choice to do that, then you have to deal with the consequences of making sure you're leaving it safely.
You owe it to the woodland to act responsibly and look after it in a manner that, you know, shows you care about it. Because really, you want to look after the thing you come and enjoy being in.
Like we love the woods, and in a way, we are sort of custodians of it. We're looking after it and
Yep.
ensuring that the interest in the woods carries on for generations, and people will then want to spend time in them and hopefully protect them. So
Yeah.
I see it as really important, and something I really wanted to actually mention on this video is this leave no trace ethic.
Yeah, it's highly important. Too many times I go out and see, you know, campsites with tins around them, bags.
Well, there's one over there that we're going to pack out actually.
Yeah,
We found
that's annoying.
lots of rubbish, and we're going to pack it out.
All of our rubbish we've got in a plastic bag that we, you know, just normally keep off of camera just for your sake, really. But we keep everything in a waste bag, even disposable, you know, recyclable things that some people would say, well, you could just leave it. But it's not my cup of tea. I'd rather.
Don't want to burn plastics in here.
No, I'd much rather just keep everything, take it home. That's where I'm going to end up anyway in a few hours, so it's no hardship, is it really?
It's not really. Said would do it.
Absolutely. So that's me and Tom basically all packed up now, got all the gear done, tarps are all down and the fire's nicely covered over. We're trying to, as best as possible, leave no trace. There's always going to be an element of kind of flat ground areas, but we'll do our best to pick those up as we stroll out. But I've had an absolutely lovely time with Tom. It's been great to have you here, mate. Like, honestly.
It's been like it's been one of the most fun camps. Like I think you appreciate it so much more when you've been stuck in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to
when
go
we-
out with you as well, like such a good
great.
mate. It's nice to actually just spend some time together.
It's been a really comfortable camp and looking forward to many more in the future. Make sure you do go and check out and subscribe, smash the like button on all of Tom's videos at Backgarden Bushcraft. He's also on Instagram, and yeah, just some amazing content that he's got on his channel. Things with carving. He's doing a lockdown club with his students at his school, and he's just introducing a whole new generation of people to the wonders and the joys of bushcraft. So hats off to you, testaments to the work you're doing, and it's
Thank
been
you.
great doing some bushcraft with you.
Yeah, I do. It's been the best, and I can't wait to come back. Thank you for having me.
Many more to come. So, like I said, this is probably going to be most of the film now for this video. There might be a few clips of our walk today, which we're going to take a little stroll around, leave the packs here, and just have a little adventure before we both separate and head on our separate ways. But it's been a pleasure, and thanks for coming along. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.